Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I want to thank you for being here today. So you guys are following along on my journey as I share my life with you every day. And I've been talking so much about business and how to get over your fears and things like that. So today I thought I would change my whole focus. So today I'm going to talk about 5 ways to find happiness instead of getting it from food. You know, I mean, you can tell by looking at me, but obviously I have a problem with food, and that's something that I'm working on now, trying to let go of that, trying to not need to have food or whatever. I mean, I'm trying to get back on my keto diet, and so I need to get my mind off of eating, right, and doing things that should be good for me. So I did a Google search this morning and looked for, what else can you do to keep your mind off of food, and some of the things I'm going to talk about. Some of the things we did. So really, a lot of us have problems with food, and sometimes. Well, for some people, food can be their only source of happiness. I could probably pretty much guarantee that's not me. Hi, Erica. Good morning. Yeah, that's not me because I'm happy. I have plenty in my life. I have a fulfilled life. My Avon business, love it. Love my husband, Richard. And I mean, I do have a lot. But I know there are people that their food is their only source of happiness. And so, chances are that if that's what you're at, that's not working for you. But it doesn't even have to be happiness. I mean, food addiction can be a problem whether you're happy or unhappy, right? I mean, I can be happy in all areas of my life, and I still struggle maybe in one area of my life, and I struggle with some kind of a food addiction. So when I did some research, what I found is food addiction has nothing to do with being greedy. Some people might think that's what it is, but rather it's a psychological condition that binds us to food. And so the question is there a way out? Yeah, absolutely. And so sometimes it's just about changing your mindset and finding other things to do. And that's what I came up with, was the 5 ways to find something to do with food instead of just thinking about food all the time, right? So number 1 is get it in your workouts. Exercise is so much more important than making you look good. In fact, the health benefits are amazing, and you end up looking good. That's an added bonus, right? But exercise also promotes the production of good brain chemicals like endorphins, which boost your mood, boost your productivity, and your sense of well-being. In fact, exercise is a very important part of treating depression if you're suffering from that. And it could be, in many cases, could be the primary management technique for depression. That's pretty interesting. And so for best results, get in your exercise sessions at least 3 times a week, up to a maximum of 5 times a week. You'd be surprised at how good you can look after 6 weeks of starting a new plan. So I'm working on this one. I actually got an Audible account, and I have the whole series of The Handmaid's Tale. Love that. And I'm going to listen to that while I'm walking. It gives me 2 birds with 1 stone, so it'll allow me to go through the book version of the movie or the show and do some walking. So I'm definitely working on that one. But here's number 2, reacquaint yourself with nature. When was the last time you spent real time in nature? Living in a concrete jungle, we spend less time camping, hiking, or just going for walks in the beautiful forest. And obviously, I'm not suggesting you go out and go hiking and get lost in unfamiliar territory, but a light walk in nature can give you a deeper appreciation of the beauty of the world. And I'm actually really lucky that way, living in Salt Lake City, because nature, we have the jungle right here where I live, but the mountains are just less than 20 minutes away, literally 20 minutes. I can be up a canyon, of my choice of 5 different canyons. So, and there is some beautiful places that I do love to go. But here's another idea when you're talking about nature. How about gardening? Knowing that you nurtured something from a seedling and watched it grow every day can give you joy, like kind of like raising a child, right? without the back talk. But knowing that you made a difference in the world can maybe be all you need to break that psychological addiction to food. So how about go out with friends? We all know sometimes you end up sacrificing friends for food. Some people do. Some people, I know that there are people that binge, eat, and maybe hide their eating from their friends, and that can cause all kinds of problems and maybe even make your depression worse. And that's probably the extreme. But still, seriously, reconnect with the friends. Go get with your friends that you haven't talked to in a long time. Maybe you haven't talked to somebody in weeks or months or even years. And you'd be surprised at how fast time flies when you're out with your friends, and you're not going to be so much captive by food. In fact, you're likely to burn more calories than you would if you were home. Now, obviously, that would be doing things like going bowling or going and doing something rather than going out to dinner with friends, because then I tend to, that's actually my problem. One of my problems is in a restaurant, I tend to eat more because I feel like I have to eat everything on my plate, and the servings are way more than I would ever give myself at home. So eating out with friends isn't necessarily always a good thing, but connecting with them and doing things with them and just building memories with your friends and adventures, that can give you pleasure for a long time to come, because now you're thinking about your memories, right? You have your memories. And so that's a great one. Practice meditation. So meditation is actually not just any longer something that just a few people practice. I mean, it's spread to the mainstream population, and it's got proven benefits to health. And so, although the addiction to food, if you have an addiction, is a psychological condition, meditation can help you break the bounds by increasing other things in your life, bringing happiness. Being mindful actually helps you know more about what you want out of life, what you want, what makes you happy, and you can be thankful, right? It helps you when you're being thankful. That helps you be more happy, right? So get a pet. A pet can deliver a ton of happiness in your life. We all know that, right? Motivating you to break free from using food as your motivation. So having someone, yes, your pet, that loves you infinitely is a powerful motivator. And, for people, especially people who are lonely, a puppy or a kitten can give you tons of fun and happiness for years to come. So, those are the 5 things that I found that can help you find happiness instead of getting it from food. But to be honest with you, my biggest problem is I'm addicted to the news with everything that's going on right now. It's just freaking me out. And so we actually record it so that we watch it later instead of during prime time when we're busy. But we watch the news every night, and I eat a big bag of popcorn. And that's the thing I think really I have to let go of, because that's the one thing, popcorn may be healthy for you in a little bit, but when you're eating a lot of it, it's not good for you. So that's what I'm working on. So being brutally honest here, that's what I'm working on. But food needs to go back to its true function, being used as fuel, right? It's not meant to be happiness. I know that with it's probably the way things have evolved with processed food and sugar and everything. It's become a way of becoming comfort food, and that's not necessarily good for us to eat for comfort. And I have to admit, that's me. If I'm upset, that's what I do, is I eat. So, but hey, let's hear from you now. Do you have a problem with food? What works for you? What helps keep your mind off of it? What helps keep you from eating too much? Erica, thank you. I appreciate you. Anyway, so that's it for me right now. That's what I have. So go live in the real world. Go find your true happiness and get out there and just find something else that's really exciting and interesting and fun, and connect with people and all of those things to fill your heart and your soul so you don't need food so much. Anyway, you guys, thanks for being here today. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.